What's up, people? How y'all doing today? I'm in a bad mood. You know, the Ravens just got cheated out of a Super Bowl, so I'm pissed. You know what else puts me in a pretty bad mood? Dealing with egos at the club. So that's what I'm going to talk about today in Bouncer Talk. So, look, I've always been told there's no such thing as a dumb question, except for these dumbass questions I got over here. So, first question. If I just walked out the club, why can't I go back in? Alright, a lot of different clubs have different policies. My club is one that says no ins and outs. One of the main reasons why clubs don't let people back in when they go out, if they have to deal with capacity issues, they don't want to have to accommodate somebody who thinks that they can just go in and out of the club while other patrons are waiting to come into the club. So that's one of the issues why you can't go in and out of the club. Another one is when you are selling alcohol at the bar, most of the time that's where you're making your money at the club. And if people can just go in and out of the club, they'll just go buy alcohol somewhere else and just leave it in their car or whatever, if it's, as long as it's in walking distance. So what happens then is they go get drunk and then come into your club and throw up all over your place and basically have you be liable for them getting drunk on their own. So that's another reason why you can't go in and out of the club. That was actually not the dumbest question. You know, that's something that I wish a lot of people would ask before they just do. They just walk out of the ropes and think that they can come back on their own. I wish they would ask if it's okay. That's not the dumbest question. This is a pretty dumb question though. What do I do if I get walked out of the club and want to go back in? Okay, what you can do is stop acting like a retard and go home. If you've been walked out of the club, there's nothing you can do to get back in that club. Your night is over, and if you don't want to get 86th and never be able to come back to that club again, you might as well just take that L and go home. What you can do, you can go home. The next question. Why can't I get in if it's a private party? Now that is a dumb question. If you are throwing a house party, would you just want random people walking in? And just random people that just saw that you were partying and just wanted to come by? If you spent money to throw a party somewhere, do you just want people that you don't know to come in? No. That's why you can't get into a private party. That's the reason why it's a private party. That's the whole word private means that excluded from other people. You know what I mean? Not everybody can go there. That's why you can't get into a private party. That's just friggin' basics. I don't even understand why that's a question. The next question. What do I do if a bouncer says the club is at capacity, but he lets other people in? Alright, that's not that dumb of a question, but it's pretty stupid because if he tells you a reason why you can't come in the club, then you need to go about your business. That's the reason why he told you it was at capacity, because that was probably a nice way of telling you that you can't come in. And that was probably the nicest he was going to be if you stand there asking him why can't you get in. Because he's probably going to get a little more aggravated every time you ask that question when other people are walking in and you aren't. Time to just reevaluate what you did wrong. Maybe you were dressed improper. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you didn't follow the rules the right way. I don't know. But if they tell you it's at capacity and they let other people in, it's probably a problem with you. That's just the bottom. The last question is just outright foolish. If a bouncer touches me, I can sue the club, right? No. Reason being is because you can go through all the trouble of trying to sue a club over what a bouncer does to you, and it won't go anywhere because just so happens that bouncer might magically not even work for that club. Another thing is just so happens that that bouncer puts his hands on you for some reason. It's just not on camera. You know, that might be an issue because then you could just say you were at the club and you probably were never there. These are things that I don't know why people go to the club, you know, trying to research how they can sue somebody. Just don't do anything stupid. Bouncer won't put his hands on you. If you get drunk, he's going to escort you out of the club to make sure you don't hurt anyone or yourself. If you're arguing with someone, he's going to take you out of the club so it doesn't escalate into a fight. And if you're fighting, well then damn it, you just need to go. That's just the bottom line. It's just, I don't understand why people even ask that question. That's like the question I get the most. I'm inboxed, well, how can I sue a club if I fall, if I do this, if I do that? Look, I'm never going to tell you what you can sue the club over, ever. Even if there is a way you can sue the club, I'm just not going to do it. It's just retarded to me that people even want to ask that question. But it is what it is. So now talking about dealing with egos, obviously, you know, people are going to not be able to take no for an answer. And that's what an ego is, because they think they're somebody special. They're Denzel Washington's barber or whoever they think they are. They think that they're entitled to something. A false sense of entitlement is what we call it. It's just they have the hugest problem with authority or anyone telling them something that they can't do. And when we deal with that at the club, that is one of the biggest provokers of a bouncer, is someone's ego. Okay, you've just been walked out of the club and you say you left your keys in the club. Okay, you can't go back in and get it, so you can tell us where it's at so we can go get it for you. You standing out there yelling and talking stupid is not going to get you in the club. It's not going to happen. If you've been walked out because you were drunk and falling all over the place, you're not going to be able to come back into the club to look for a jacket that you left. If you can tell us where it is, we'll get it for you. That's just the bottom line. Once you've been walked out of the club, you can't get back in. If you walk up to the rope and you think you're somebody and you're trying to drop a name at the door or whatever, that's most of the time not going to work. I don't know what clubs that does work at, so I'm not going to say all the time it doesn't work. But apparently if people are doing it, it must work somewhere. I don't understand. Walking up to a rope and dropping somebody's name, if you're not on a list, it's not going to happen. Everybody knows who the manager is at the club. A lot of people do more research than that, know who the owners of the club are. I mean, it's just because you know the name doesn't mean I'm going to let you in. A lot of people know who the bartenders are. So coming in and saying you're a friend of the bartender. If the bartender knows you're coming, most of the time they're going to let security know that you're coming. Then you would be on a list, wouldn't you? It makes a lot of sense, right? So when it comes to dealing with these egos, man, just leave that shit at home. If you come to the club and have fun. What are you trying to accomplish when you go to the club? If it's not to have fun, what is it? I mean, you just going to spend money? Is that what it is? Because if you are, you can just drop that money in my pocket on the way in and leave. You don't have to come to the club. So I don't understand. I thought that would be the answer, because it was a basic question. You go to the club to have fun, I hope. I saw all that ego shit, the ego tripping, coming up to the door, dropping names, thinking that you're somebody when they tell you you can't do something that you think you can do. Just check that shit at home, man. Be a grown-up. Said it before, be a grown-up. It's different now, you know. There's popularity contests in high school or whatever that might get you some of the things that you want, but now, I mean, this is the real world. Don't come to the club thinking that you're Mr. Big Shit because you've been in 7 McDonald's commercials or something. I don't know. It's just not gonna happen, folks. So don't bring your ego to the club. You'll have a good time. And I was thinking about giving you guys another tip, but I don't know, man. If I get some more subscribers, I might start dropping a little more club hints and tips and stuff like that on things that you can do at the club and have fun with. So check back next week. I'm also going to be throwing up a skit this week, guys. Most likely, keep an eye out for that. And also Wednesday is going to be another battle verse. And Friday, obviously, there's going to be another weekly random. And obviously, if you haven't already been keeping up, I've got another weekly random up right now. I'm going to put that link up. And guys, links are going to be in the description. Follow me on Twitter. I have a Facebook fan page. You know, like my fan page. You know what I'm saying? Give this video a thumbs up if you find it informative or entertaining. I'll let you guys later. It's that boy Smooth J. Y'all have a good one.